What is going on YouTube? Alan here again, and check out what I just got. Boom! That's right, it's the Zhiyun WEEBILL Lab, and I spent the past few days testing it out just so I could let you guys know exactly what my first impressions are on this gimbal. So without wasting too much time, let's just jump right into it. First, I'm just gonna quickly show you how everything fits within the box and also what items come with the gimbal. Go ahead and pause it if you want a longer look, but let's start talking about the more interesting stuff. So the Weebill Lab is a pretty small gimbal. This is a Zhiyun V2 and this is the Weebill Lab. As you can tell, the Weebill is quite a bit smaller, but with the grip attachment they're about the same size. But the cool thing about the Weebill Lab is it's fully functional without the grip attachment. Touching a little bit more on the detachable grip, Zhiyun has also made it a tripod now. This ensures that wherever you go, you'll always have a tripod to balance the gimbal, which is extremely useful as a travel filmmaker. Zhiyun also made some changes to the motor by moving the back motor down so it's no longer blocking the camera screen. The motor is now 50% smaller but provides 80% more torque. That means that the gimbal can now carry a payload of 3 kilograms or about 6.5 pounds. For reference, an 85mm Sony with the a7 III is around 2.3 pounds. Also included are double quick release plates that make taking your camera on and off way easier now. Okay, and with that information out of the way, let's get down to the big changes. The biggest change in the design of the Weebill is the new grip configurations. The Weebill features a detachable tripod grip that can be used in two positions. One as an extension of the conventional upright grip used in previous versions of the gimbal, and the second position that allows you to carry the gimbal much like a suitcase, called the undersling mode. This mode is useful for getting low angle shots and any shots that are close to the ground. I found that switching the grip between the two configurations was quick and easy, and I love the versatility of being able to switch between high and low shots. However, although very convenient and cool, I still prefer using the conventional grip at most times, and in the end, it'll come down to a matter of personal preference. The other big change, and also my favorite new feature of the Weebill, is the addition of latches to lock each axis. There are 3 latches for each axis, and locking the gimbal was as simple as switching the latch and clicking the part into place. The gimbal felt pretty secured when locked, and I had no concerns when storing it in my bag. Long gone are the days where your gimbal wobbles all over the place when you're trying to move around with it. The locks also allow you to balance your gimbal one axis at a time without having the other parts moving all around while you're trying to balance. Another thing I really liked about having the latches is I was able to carry my camera on the gimbal without having to take it off. So if you're looking for a reason to upgrade your gimbal or to get a new gimbal, the addition of the latch locks, in my opinion, makes a pretty strong case to choose the Weebill over previous generation of gimbals just because of the portability and convenience that it provides. Now onto the button layout of the Weebill. If you've used a Zhiyun gimbal before, you're probably going to be pretty comfortable with the layout on this one. So on the main handle, you're going to get the OLED display where you can see which mode you are currently using and also adjust settings for your camera and the gimbal. Also on the main handle, you have the POV button, which allows you to switch to POV mode or vortex mode with a double click. Vortex mode being the infinite barrel roll mode. A nice mode to have, but in my opinion not a very versatile one. You also have the joystick to control panning of the gimbal and also the record button if you connect your camera. And on the front of the gimbal is a trigger button to switch to follow mode. On the side you have the power button, a switch that lets you go from pan follow mode to lock mode. Also on the side is a button for the new phone go mode, which sets the gimbal to its max follow speed, allowing for very quick movements which are great for action shots such as sports. After testing the new phone go mode, I found that I really liked it. It was very responsive to my movements, and after a little bit of practice, I was able to pan precisely to what I wanted the camera to look at. Okay, so the Weebill has all these cool new features, but how well does it perform in actually stabilizing footage? And the answer is pretty darn well. For most of these shots, I wasn't using the ninja walk or anything, I was just walking normally and the footage still came out pretty smooth. So just like it is with every product, there were a few things that I had some issues with. Two features that were advertised heavily for the Weebill were the follow focus and also the wireless transmission of the video feed straight to your phone. Although I knew that the follow focus wasn't included, I was kind of disappointed to find out that the phone mount also wasn't included. I figured I could still test out the app features even without the phone mount, but I ran into an issue on the app where it just wouldn't let me update the firmware and therefore I couldn't use the app with the gimbal. I'm not sure if it was just me or if other people are also having these issues, but because of this, I'll have to test out the image tracking and the live feed in a future video. Another issue that I ran into was I had a lot of trouble taking this battery cover off. At first I thought that maybe it was just my gimbal that was having problems, but apparently other people have also been having the same exact issue. Another question I'm sure a lot of you guys have is what kind of lenses work with the gimbal, and unfortunately I only have the 85mm and the 35mm which I'm filming with, so I wasn't really able to test out too many things. However, another YouTuber named Jason Bong was able to test out the gimbal with some longer lenses. He essentially finds that with certain longer lenses, the gimbal just doesn't work very well because of the weight distribution and also how it fits on the gimbal. To sum everything up, the Weebill Lab is a fantastic gimbal for the filmmaker on the go. The new innovations improve upon the portability of the gimbal and also the versatility of the gimbal. I can confidently say that this is the best gimbal that I've used, but I've only used 4 in my life, so take that as you will. I hope I was able to hit upon the major points of Zhiyun's new Weebill Lab. But if you feel like I missed anything or want me to test anything out, just let me know down below in the comments. I've also included some test footage at the end of the video in case you wanted to check that out. If you want to see more reviews and video tutorials, please like and subscribe, and as always, let me know how I can improve or what else you want to see. With that being said, peace!